Hello, you are watching Shalom World News. I'm David Kerr from Lansing in Michigan, and these are your latest news headlines from around the world. Pope Francis has added his voice to calls for a ceasefire in the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip. The Holy Father made his plea during his Sunday Angelus address in Rome, stating, "In God's name, I beg you to stop using weapons."
We continue to think about the grave situation in Palestine and Israel, where many people have lost their lives. I ask you to strengthen yourselves in...
I ask you to stop in the name of God, that the arms stop, and so that everything might be done in order to absolutely avoid an escalation of the conflict, that those who need it can get help, and to allow humanitarian aid to get there. It's a humanitarian situation that's very grave. Release the hostages right away. Among them, there are some children, so that they might return to their families.
Meanwhile, the Pope has also spoken by phone with the Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi about the situation in Gaza. The call, which took place on Sunday at the request of President Raisi, discussed getting humanitarian aid into Gaza, as well as the desire of both men to pursue a ceasefire. Israel began bombing Gaza after Hamas killed more than 1,400 people in Israel on October the 7th and kidnapped more than 200 others. The Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza say that more than 9,700 people have now been killed in the Strip since the bombing began, with approximately 4,000 of the dead being children. As the conflict continues, the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, Cardinal Pierbattista Pizzaballa, is appealing for prayer and financial help to support those who are in the care of the Church in the Holy Land. It's also been confirmed that a Catholic school was hit by an Israeli airstrike in Gaza. The school in the Tel Al-Hawa area of Gaza is run by the Sisters of the Rosary. So far, there are no reports of any casualties. Elsewhere, a Catholic school in Jerusalem has offered a day of prayer for peace in the Holy Land. On November the 4th, Muslim and Christian children at the Franciscan-run Terra Sancta High School came together to create art, write and pray. About 400 children in total took part. Meanwhile, a group of children in Gaza have sent a video message to Pope Francis to thank him for his prayers. The Gazan children will also feature in a special event on November the 6th entitled Learn from Children, whereupon the Pope will take part in a video-link conversation with thousands of children from across the 5 continents. In other news, a group of eminent elder statesmen in Nigeria, including some of the nation's bishops, are calling for a free and fair democratic process ahead of the upcoming gubernatorial elections in 3 states. The National Peace Committee is a non-governmental initiative launched in 2014 to support free, fair and credible elections, as well as to intervene in critical issues of national concern. Its memberships include Cardinal John Onayekin of Abuja and Bishop Matthew Hassan Kuka of Sokoto Diocese. November the 11th will see re-elections being held in 3 states in Nigeria after it had been deemed that there was widespread malpractices during the previous elections in March. Meanwhile, a businessman has been killed and 4 others abducted during a terror attack upon the town of Bama in the northeastern Nigerian state of Borno. The deadly incident occurred on November the 5th. It's thought that the Islamist group Boko Haram are responsible for the attack. A holy year commemorating the 1500th anniversary of the Martyrs of Arabia has got underway with the opening of a holy door at the Cathedral of Our Lady of Arabia in Bahrain. A similar ceremony will take place at the Cathedral in Kuwait on November the 9th. The year-long celebration is a joint endeavour between the Church's Apostolic Vicariate in Northern Arabia and the Apostolic Vicariate in Southern Arabia. It recalls the execution of St. Erastus and companions in the 6th century during the persecution of Christians by the Jewish king Du-Nawas. The organisers of the Holy Year say that they hope it will be a reminder of the region's rich Christian heritage and appeal for the revival of the Catholic faith in the Arabian Peninsula, which is home to 2.5 million Catholics. The Holy Year will run until October the 23rd next year. Police in California are investigating a vandalism attack on the Cathedral of the Annunciation in Stockton. The incident occurred early on Sunday morning. Church officials contacted the Stockton Police Department and shared photographs of the vandalism on social media. They showed damage to the doors, message boards and staircases of the church. No motive or suspect information have been revealed so far by police. Pope Francis offered Holy Mass for the repose of the soul of Pope Benedict XVI in St. Peter's Basilica on November the 3rd. The Mass was also offered for 6 cardinals and 147 bishops who died over the past year. May they rest in peace. The Holy Father recalled the desire of Pope Benedict upon his election to the See of Peter in 2005 to be a humble worker in the vineyard of the Lord. God seeks and loves those who are humble, said Pope Francis, because it allows him to be a part of their lives. Also included in the Mass intentions was the Australian Cardinal George Pell, the former prefect of the Vatican Secretariat of the Economy, died in January in Rome at the age of 81. Meanwhile, it's been announced that the Ratzinger Prize for 2023 will be shared by the Spanish philosopher Pablo Blanco Sarto and his compatriot, the theologian Francesc Torralba Rosello. The two men will receive their prize from the Vatican Secretary of State, Cardinal Pietro Parolin, in Rome on November the 30th. The Ratzinger Prize is an initiative of the Vatican's Joseph Ratzinger Benedict XVI Foundation and is awarded to scholars who have distinguished themselves for particular merits in publications and or scientific research. In recent years, the scope of the award has also been expanded to include the Christian-inspired arts. Well, that's all your latest for now. Do join us for more tomorrow. You can also join us at swnews.org for news updates. Shalom.